India, emerging with 1.25 billion population, 75,000 new children are born every day. And the cycle of increasing population continues. There are 2 crore and 68 lakh disabled among this population. 70% disabled people live in rural areas where there is absence of basic necessities. There are no brick masonry houses, toilets, bathrooms, water, electricity or good roads. As if this was not enough, poverty is closely linked to the disability. With the result, life becomes difficult. The condition of women under circumstances is very pitiable. In reality, the disability is not a curse or sin of previous birth. The reason is total absence of scientific approach, ignorance, superstition, illiteracy, and above all, carelessness. In today's era, disease preventive vaccine is a great contribution of science. With the help of this vaccine, disability can be prevented at the birth and after the birth. Despite if disability comes, there are means to correct and or treat for easing it. In spite of such a scenario, thousands of disabled children are born in the country, and some children become victims of disability after the birth. If we decide we can save newborn and delicate children from becoming victims of disability, the need is to reach out to the innocent and deprived lot. With a motto of service to human is service to the God, the PNR Society has been continuously working for rehabilitation of the disabled. We invite you to join in this noble task. This large voluntary institution or NGO running campaign of empowering 2,000 disabled every day welcomes you. Our alma mater, Navjawan Sangh, began its journey in 1954 when some youths with patriotic fervor got together for social service at one of the joints of a dusty street of Bhavnagar. The service devoted people with empathy and kindness started joining these youth, and like a banyan tree, one by one new institutions came into existence. PNR Society's full name is Srimati Parsan Bain Narandas Ramji Shah Tarajawada Society for Relief and Rehabilitation of the Disabled, and it is one of these institutions and was established in 1987. Our aim is that no disabled child is born, and our dream is to make society without disability. To realize this dream, the institution is running so many programs. Though personal visit will enable better appreciation of these activities, we are pleased to present a glimpse to you. For birth of a disabled child, virus of rubella, German measles, Noor Bibi are more responsible. During first week of pregnancy, if woman is infected by these virus, there are more chances of the child to be born deaf, blind, mentally retarded, cleft lips, hypospadia, a hole in the heart, autistic, or with multiple disability. Unfortunately, people are not aware of the fact that a very moderately costing rubella vaccine to women can prevent birth of disabled child. Therefore, this institution is organizing camps in schools, colleges, and women organizations, and administering rubella vaccine to more than 15,000 women, and thus protecting them from giving birth of disabled children. Defect of locomotor disability is caused by polio, which is a dangerous disease, and its victims are children. Today, the campaign of polio eradication has been a success. But 2 drops of polio vaccine to the children is essential as a precaution. This institution is playing important role in polio vaccination. There was a time when dangerous polio epidemic used to make thousands of children its victims. The institution has performed corrective surgery on them and made them moving. About 2 crore people are victims of blindness. 80% of such people can be relieved from blindness with modern technology. For squint eye, defect in vision, retina, glaucoma, etc., the campaign for removing visual impairedness of this institution is already in action in schools of Bhavnagar district. Squint eye at birth or after is corrected under monthly pediatric camp in special hospital of the institution. Cataract surgeries on old citizens are undertaken in the hospital of the institution. By timely intervention, more than 50% of people with difficulty of hearing and speaking can be cured. The needy children are given hearing aids. Also, surgery of ear is undertaken. Among every 1,000 newborns, there are 1 or 2 children have cleft lips or cleft palates. The institution organizes camp of plastic surgery every month in its hospital. PNR associated institutions under one roof provides hearing aids, braille kits, tricycles, wheelchairs, etc. to disabled children studying in their schools. Associated with the institution is a PRV workshop where artificial leg, hand, caliper, etc. are manufactured and given to the needy. Cerebral palsy is a paralysis of brain. The number of children with cerebral palsy are increasing under anxiety. Less weight of child, premature birth, late crying after birth, forceps delivery, etc. are responsible for cerebral palsy condition. 3 to 4 such children are found in every 1,000. Children with cerebral palsy are late in attaining developmental milestones. For such children, the institution is running modern treatment and school readiness centers, 1 each at Taraja, Maua, Shihor, Palitana besides Bhavnagar. The children of these centers are provided aids and appliances from the Reaching to Unreached Corpus Fund, raised by financial assistance from Nilkamal Limited, Mumbai. There is government-recognized school and hostel in the Natraj campus of the institution for children with cerebral palsy. Autism is a mental condition. For children with autism spectrum disorder, the institution runs a special school. There is very little proportion of education among disabled and therefore job opportunities are lesser. In order to empower them, the institution has raised AT&T Technology Park, where computer and mobile repairing training are rendered. The life of disabled women is very difficult. The institution runs Jyotiben Dalal Disabled Women Empowerment Center.
Jyotiben Dalal એક ખૂબ જ જાજરમાન વ્યક્તિત્વ મારા કાકી પણ થાય અને એમણે સ્ત્રી શક્તિને બહુ સરસ રીતે વાપરી.
In this center, skills are rendered in sewing, embroidery, beauty parlor, mehndi work. The successful women are provided sewing machines and necessary appliances to start their own business. It is not possible to keep youth of either sex having cerebral palsy, autism, mental retardation, and multiple disability in 4 walls. For solving this problem, the institution has raised a daycare center. The parents of these youths experience a bit relief while working out for livelihood. The institution is running Natraj Research Center and Training College for augmenting force of experts for taking care and service of disabled. PNR is not only one institution, but it is a forum and group of institutions. One of the associated institutions, that is KL Institute for the Deaf, is one of the best schools of Asia. Similarly, Ankur School for Mentally Retarded Children, another associated institution, is well known in the state. KK School and Home for the Blind, oldest institute of Saurashtra, also belongs to this group. In this school, the National Association for the Blind is rendering services in whole of this district. Alma mater of these institutions, that is Bhavnagar Navjavan Sangh, runs VC Lodawala Hospital for people of lower strata of the far end. The annual beneficiaries of PNR Society is 11 lakhs. The annual budget of the institution is about rupees 7 crores, in which there is main contribution of generous donors of the country and offshore, companies, foundations, and some fund from the government. Disability is a permanent condition. It is not possible to fully correct it or remove it, but intensity can be reduced. We empower disabled to be self-reliant by providing education and training. A number of disabled empowered by the institution have had remarkable success and living respectful life in mainstream society. The mother breaks out when she is told by the doctor that her child is disabled.
આ બાળક છે ને સ્ટોન ડેફ છે, પથ્થર જ છે, આ શબ્દ ઈ સાહેબે વાપર્યા હતા અને અમારી નીચેથી જમીન હરકી ગઈ હતી ત્યારે 100 વર્ષનું જ બાળક હતું એમ.
Having gone everywhere, at last, she comes to this institution. When her child becomes empowered by the care, service, education and training and ready to go home with the mother, tears of joy in her eyes are flooded, and the scene for us is also equally rewarding. Come, let us all remove tears of victims of disability and render them with a smile.